As we all know, 4 members of the Straw Hat crew have consumed a devil fruit, gaining a new power but also losing their ability to swim. That's the trade-off when you eat a devil fruit. So you have Tony Chopper, who ate the Hito no Mi, also known as the human fruit. This is a Zoan type devil fruit that gives Chopper the ability to transform into a human or human hybrid at will. From what we've seen, he has many different forms, including Human Point, Kung Fu Point, and my personal favorite, Monster Point. Overall, his devil fruit is okay. It's nothing crazy, not like a broken power or anything. It's just your normal Zoan type devil fruit. And then you have Nico Robin, who became a devil fruit user before she was even 8 years old. We don't even know when she actually ate the devil fruit. We just know it was between 2 years old and 8 years old. And she ate the Hana no Mi, a paramecia type devil fruit, which gives her the ability to spout duplicates of any body part onto any surface. Now there is a range of how far she can go, but we don't really know the exact length of that range. We do know that she can go on surfaces that she can't even see herself. Like we saw her go really far in Skypiea to catch Usopp because he was about to fall to his death, or in Eni's lobby to save some crew members and other stuff like that. Her devil fruit's pretty cool. I would say it has more uses than Chopper's, but overall it's not like a super overpowered devil fruit. It's pretty average. Then you have the third devil fruit consumer on the crew, which is Brook. Like Robin, Brook also ate a paramecia type devil fruit, and his is named the Yomi no Mi. And now that I'm looking at it, it kind of looks a bit goofy. Brook's devil fruit allows the user 2 chances at life. So once the user dies, it will resurrect the user and give it a second life, pretty much. Now at first I thought Brook's devil fruit was really basic and almost useless, other than the fact that you get another life, of course, but it is better than what it seems like, and that's why you don't judge a book by its cover. His devil fruit enhances his soul to the point where he can control his soul as well as other people's souls. So it does have a pretty cool ability. Now it's still not anything overpowered. Now the fourth and final devil fruit member on the crew is the captain, Luffy. We all know that, and we also all know he ate the Gomu no Mi, which is a paramecia type devil fruit that turned his body into rubber. Now that's all I'm going to say about his devil fruit, because I don't want to be dropping any spoilers in this video, but all I'll say is that Luffy's devil fruit is a bit more than what it seems, and if you know, you know. That's about it. So what even are devil fruits, and why are they called devil fruits? I did a lot of research to try to answer this question, and to be honest, I don't know. Nobody knows, other than one man, the guy who knows everything that we don't know, Ichiro Oda. He knows why devil fruits are called devil fruits and what they actually even are in the story for. But there is a theory that an actual devil lives inside each fruit and transfers into a person's body once they consume the fruit. And that devil that transfers into their body is what actually gives them their power. I like this theory and I think it makes sense to me, but it's all hypothetical and you could have your own theory that makes more sense than this. Anyways, let's get into the other Straw Hats that don't already have a devil fruit. That's what this video is about, and what devil fruit would suit everyone the best and fit their personality. Because that's the thing with all devil fruits, is that they kind of become your personality a little bit. And that makes sense because you eat that devil fruit to gain that power, and you're obviously going to use that power a lot, so it becomes a major part of your personality whether you want it to or not. Anyway, let's start off this video with Usopp. I could definitely see Usopp with a fruit similar to Vanderdecken's Mato no Mi, which if you don't remember, he basically could touch anything he wanted to with one hand, and then with his other hand he could throw something and it would automatically go and hit that person. So obviously that would help Usopp because he's a sniper and he could just snipe anything pretty much. So if Usopp does eat a devil fruit, I do think it's definitely going to be a paramecia type, mainly just because I don't see him getting a Logia or Zoan power. It wouldn't make much sense. I'm just imagining him like having a broken Logia power or just a random animal Zoan type fruit. It doesn't make sense at all. However, I think Usopp's slingshot is more likely to get a devil fruit power than Usopp himself. Usopp is in need of a big power up, and his slingshot is in an even greater need, because other than just making a bigger slingshot, there's no real way of upgrading his sniping ability naturally. And I think a slingshot would most likely get a Zoan or paramecia power if that is the case. And there's not a lot of projectile shooting animals, so if it was a Zoan, I could see it being like an insect or maybe an archerfish, or who knows, maybe even a mythical creature. A Straw Hat with a mythical Zoan would be really cool. I highly doubt that though, but it could be something like a scope fruit, a paramecia type that would transform the user's body part into scopes. I don't know, but either way, I think Usopp's slingshot has a better chance of eating a devil fruit than Usopp. Usopp would just be too scared to eat it. It would have been perfect for this to happen in the Bowen Archipelago during the time skip. Like imagine we saw Usopp come back and his slingshot ate a devil fruit and it just looked insane. That would have been a perfect time to give him a devil fruit power, but it's too late for that. Now moving on to the next crew member, let's go and talk about Nami. Now there was a crazy theory at the end of Punk Hazard that said Monet's Logia fruit spawned on the Sunny as one of Nami's tangerines. And if you think about it, it makes sense for Nami to get a Logia type devil fruit because Nami's whole fighting style is based around the weather and Logias are based on natural elements in the world. So I think Nami eating a Logia type devil fruit could be very likely, and if she does, I hope it's not something like Monet's snow fruit and instead something like a cloud Logia devil fruit. We all know she's all about making clouds for her Thunderbolt tempos, so a Cloud Logia is a perfect fit for Nami and matches her personality really well. And also, let's just be real here, she really needs a power up and a devil fruit is the perfect thing. What else would be better than a devil fruit? I can already imagine how it plays out. The Straw Hats come across this devil fruit and Nami instantly gets those berry eyes wanting to sell it and make a bunch of money. Then after a while we see her having second thoughts and her really contemplating and thinking about it, and after a while she decides that she needs to become stronger in order for the crew to make it to Laugh Tale and for Luffy to become king of the pirates. So she ultimately decides to eat the devil fruit, becoming the first Logia type user on the crew. I think that's a perfect fit for the story and for her, so I'm giving Nami the Cloud Logia type devil fruit. Now on to one of the big three of the crew, Sanji. If anyone remembers Thriller Bark during an encounter with Absalom, Sanji was very upset that he had the Suke no Mi ability, mainly because Sanji wished that he was the one that found this fruit, totally for the really good perks, not the peeking on women part, I'm sure. However, I don't think that this devil fruit is the best suited for him, because when Sanji's fighting, the more speed that he can get while attacking, the more powerful his kicks are. So a devil fruit that would suit him could be like Bellamy's Bane no Mi. He could use the springs to gain more speed and create even more powerful kicks and attacks. You could also use the same logic with Kizaru's Pika no Mi, because that's literally the speed of light, so he would have the fastest kicks in the entire verse. But since Sanji already has a great offensive power, he's already strong enough offensively, a defensive fruit might be more beneficial to him. So that could be something similar to Bartolomeo's Bari no Mi, so he can defend against attacks, or he could go a different route and eat something similar to Jozu's Kira fruit, which turns his body into diamond. Sanji's could be a different version of that, like steel or some other powerful substance in the One Piece world, maybe even Wappo metal. If there's a Wappo metal devil fruit like that, that would be crazy. But that's what I see fitting Sanji best, is a defensive devil fruit or something that helps gain him speed for attacking. And now let's move on to another member, Jimbei. Jimbei is the one Straw Hat that I would hate seeing eat a devil fruit. It just wouldn't make sense at all for Jimbei, and for obvious reasons. He's a fishman, so he already has an advantage in water compared to humans. Also, all of his strongest attacks are underwater based with fishman karate. So if he ate a devil fruit, he would lose his advantage underwater, lose his strongest attacks, and not be able to swim when he's literally a fishman. It doesn't make sense, and it would be an awful decision for Jimbei, but let's give him a devil fruit anyway because that's what this video is about. Now, if Jimbei were to get a devil fruit power, I think Senor Pink's Sui no Mi could make Jimbei overpowered. He could possibly still perform his underwater attacks, but on land now, and use material from the ground instead of water. That would be insane, and Jimbei would just have to decide if he should trade his ability to swim in water for an ability to swim on land. And considering 80% of the battles happen on land in One Piece anyway, he might just choose to eat that devil fruit. Senor Pink's devil fruit is the only exception I'll make for Jimbei to eat a devil fruit. Any other power, it's not worth it. Now let's go to the shipwright of the crew, Frank. Now in SBS 98, a fan actually asked Oda what devil fruit power Franky would have if he had a devil fruit. And Oda answered this by saying Franky would probably eat Baby Five's Buki no Mi, because then he could create a ton of different weapons to use, and we all know Franky loves his weapons. So it would be a very good fit for him, but I think there are some other options that would also fit him really well. Like some sort of Zoan fruit that would mix with his mechanical body would be really cool, or something like the Gasha fruit that would fit his shipwright mentality. The Gasha fruit is a non-canon devil fruit that allows the user to assemble and disassemble objects into whatever they'd like. So naturally that would be a really good fit for Franky. And honestly, there are a lot of devil fruits that would benefit Franky, but similar to Jimbei, I just don't imagine him choosing to eat a devil fruit. And in Dressrosa, Luffy actually asked Franky to eat the Mera no Mi if he won it at the Coliseum, and Franky responded with, "I'd rather not become an anchor." So I don't think he's interested in eating a devil fruit anytime soon. Last but not least, let's talk about the swordsman, Zoro. There have been a lot of memes over the years about Zoro eating a GPS devil fruit that would give him directions. And while it's not a bad idea, it's just not gonna happen. And realistically, Zoro wouldn't even use his power if he got that fruit. Oda once said that Kaido's devil fruit would be good for Zoro because it would make him one of the strongest characters in the show. And yeah, that's true, but it's also true for anyone else that eats that fruit. Kaido's devil fruit is absolutely broken, and to be be fair, all mythical Zoids have insane powers, so of course it would make Zoro strong. Let's move into what Zoro would eat. We've all seen the leopard Zoan fruit with Rob Lucci, but we haven't seen a tiger Zoan fruit yet. And I think that's most likely going to be Zoro's fruit if he decides to ever eat a devil fruit. Because if you didn't know, Zoro's heart is not the same as a human's. As seen in the anime, his heart is the same as a tiger. So I think Zoro could have a tiger devil fruit in the future. It's definitely a possibility. And I think if he comes across any other devil fruit other than that tiger Zoan, it's going to be given to one of his swords instead. I really believe that we're going to see an object of the Straw Hats eat a devil fruit at some point, and at the top of that list have to be Zoro's swords or Usopp's slingshot, maybe even Nami's climb attack. I feel like it's something that's going to happen and would be really cool if it does happen. But there's every Straw Hat's devil fruit power. Hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a like, subscribe. Later.